Listen
All
closely.
right,
This is
so
Professor Raymond Novin,
I'm going to
Department of
show
Ancient
you
History.
two games
I
here.
know now that
One is
nothing can
Survivor
remedy
side
the
and
atrocity
one
I've
is
unleashed,
Demon
but I
side.
believe I can stop it. Follow these
So
instructions.
I'll be honest, I played this for a bit when it came out, and I honestly just
First
kept
thing you
losing
will
as Demon
require
for
is
a
map
while.
to the lost pages of the Necronomicon
And
in
I think I figured
Pendarian
out
Dragon.
why after
The
playing
pieces of this map are hidden nearby.
after
Find
playing
them.
the Survivors a little bit, getting an idea of really how often they're winning. Because at this point, Survivors seem stronger than Demon, but it's really just figuring out the way to efficiently play Demon. So I'll go over both of that, but in the meantime, for this one, I wanted to focus on Survivor. Basically, as it starts, you just want to like run a scramble and grab as much stuff as possible. Basically, right now, you're just trying to suck up as much resources as possible because everyone's gonna need whatever they can get. If you look at our people too, unlike other games, they all actually play different roles. So the makeup of your team is kind of important. You want different people for different jobs. So the guy at the top, he's like a hunter, but he's pretty good at dealing damage too, especially range damage. The girl, the second one, Ajax or whatever, she is actually really strong. She can heal people.
Lurks in the darkness.
Which, I mean, passively healing people, that's pretty big right there. And then you have the third person who's, I don't remember her name, but she's a leader basically. She can make sure everyone shoots from a long range. And then I got Arthur here, who he's pretty strong with a melee weapon. He's also a leader, but when he activates his ability, everybody around him, their melee gets stronger too. So when there's a boss and everyone's meleeing him, he can use his power there, and the boss can get taken out 30% quicker, because I believe it's a 30% buff.
He who brings light raises a bulwark against evil.
Anyway, so we're kind of close to each other. If you can see on the top map there, we're sort of close, but we're still like kind of in it for ourselves, as well as keeping kind of an eye on each other. Now that's kind of important. Might not seem like it, but if everybody splits off too much and the demon catches one person on their own, they can very easily just create like a. They can easily like send out some of their demons and then possess one. And a possessed demon versus one person can fuck them up pretty quickly. So if you're playing Survivor, you always just kind of want to be aware of each other. And know that, kind of watch their health bars too. If somebody's taking a lot of health, they're probably being attacked by the demon. Another thing for Survivor too is to be aware of if the demon's around you or
A
not.
small but strong step forward.
Now, it's not super obvious, and don't quote me on this, but I believe that if the demon is around you, you'll hear like growling noises or something, like very faint, but like kind of growling noises. Another thing is if you see portals spawn, that's the demon. It's right by you. If you get jump scared, that's the demon. And you can see your teammates being jump scared if like some brown cloud like passes around them and they jump back. Kind of looks like somebody's blowing ass in their face, but that's a sign that they just got like jump scared by the demon. And then lastly, if you see how the demon plays, like it kind of rolls around the terrain like in the movies. But if you see like a wood fence next to you like get knocked down, or a tree get knocked down, that's the demon. So as of now, you know, we're not really encountering the demon, but trying to stay alert for it while keeping an eye out for crates.
Truly a curious concoction.
Another tip is if you are Evil Dead 2 Ash, you can actually see supply crates in the area. So none of us are Evil Dead 2 Ash, so if there's a crate, sometimes there's crates like in the middle of nowhere, or there are houses. You can typically hear them, but sometimes they get passed by. But even if you're not Evil Dead 2 Ash and you see an Evil Dead 2 Ash, it's probably a good idea to stick with them if you're trying to since you probably want to update as much on the pink Fs as possible, because that's how you make your character stronger. Another tip is, if you look at the top right, we're at the phase right now of collecting map pieces. Now, collecting the map pieces is actually kind of the make or break point of these matches. Now, let me kind of elaborate on that here. When we're collecting the map piece, we have a general idea where it is, and if you look at the top right there, it says collect a piece of the map near Misty Groves. So you pull up the map, you take a look at Misty Groves, and you mark it, and then your whole team sees, okay, this is where we need to go to collect the map. Now, this is also something that the demon doesn't know. The demon doesn't know where the map is hidden. So the demon is either looking around for you, or how I used to play, just kind of going around setting up trap after trap after trap. But this is a part where it's good for the survivors to kind of take their time and collect as much shit as possible. Especially crates. That's a great way to really buff the team and make them all stronger. Another tip too is if you see a supply crate, mark it. Always mark it, because then your teammates will know, and everyone will kind of be on the same buff. You can see melee, range, fear, stamina, health, and amulets.
It's really not too bad.
Typically, I start
Survivors have
upping
collected
the
another portion
melee or range
Admirable
early
effort,
on,
but there is
because
still much
mainly
to
you're
be
going to
done.
be wanting to deal damage at first. But, you know, there might be other ways to do it. That's just the way I've been doing it.
Here is something of consequence.
So, as you can see, we're all kind of marching towards the same area, and I'm keeping an eye on the guy behind me, because a couple times, like, somebody who falls a little bit too far behind the demon can, like, spawn right next to them and just start bitch slapping them. And if the team has no idea that's happening, things can fall apart very quickly. So, grab another pink F.
A libation.
And for the record, when you're in a house,
You'll have the
I don't know if your
final piece of
flashlight
the map,
matters or not.
revealed
They're
in the
definitely
location
helpful
of
for
the
me to
lost
see around
pages
the
of
house.
the Necronomicon
If you're in a
and
house,
Pandarian
especially with
Map,
other people, your
they
fear
are keys
reduces
to
that way.
success.
So if you're running through the woods for a long time, your fear, that's how it gradually climbs up. Okay, so the demon's with us. You can tell because that one is red outlined, so it's possessed. As you can see, we all just take it out as quickly as possible. And for the demon side, they have to collect little red orbs, blood orbs or whatever the hell. So it's gonna have to recollect those before it can kind of retaliate on us. So right now, we're just sticking together, taking out a couple demons. Yes, the demon's nearby, but if you look at the bottom with the two red eyes, it says 6 right now. That means that it's only at level 6. It can't create a boss yet. In this case, the boss would be the
I'm supposed to use this?
the big old fat brat granny. But she's not around right now. So we have time to just take him out on our own, however we see fit. So you see they're all going, and this is a pretty good team. We're all kind of keeping eyes on each other. So they were running, but one of them turned around just to make sure, like, okay, I'm still coming, you guys. Another tip that's really annoying for a demon is if you're a survivor and like a boss spawns or they like possesses somebody. Basically, the demon's in the same realm as you, where it can fuck you up. That's when you can actually use the windows to your advantage and jump through them. And the demon can't get through them. So the demon right here actually has me in this room pretty well trapped. As you can see, I can't get past it. Luckily, my teammate is vigilant and knows what's going on, and the about three of us come in and just fuck him up. That is the importance of sticking together. If I was by myself, I would have gone down quickly.
What Helion lurks in the darkness?
Another tip for Survivor 2 is if you notice like an Ash or something with a shotgun, and you see somebody else with like a pistol, try to find like a crossbow or a saw gun, something that uses special ammunition, because there's 3 ammo types in this. There's long rifle ammo, there's pistol ammo, and there's special ammo. And if everybody has the same kind of ammo, between the whole team, you're going to be pretty short on rounds, and it's not going to be very useful. So the demon's definitely around us, just trying to like freak us out.
No distractions.
And I'm using the wheel there, basically telling him like, alright, we're kind of sitting around for too long. We need to start moving on to the next thing. Because sometimes survivors like to like hole up in an area and just try to fight the demon like it's, I don't know, Call of Duty Zombies. They just want to fight wave after wave. That is not the right decision. That is not the right idea. You want to be moving. You want to have the demon pretty much chasing you guys from objective to objective. So there's Cheryl putting down her green thing. That's going to passively heal us all a bit. Now, in terms of stopping though and grabbing stuff, that's hard. That's where communication actually comes into play. Now, I'm mostly playing on solo queue here, so I don't really talk with them. We all just kind of have a game sense at this point. But when it comes to, do you focus on the objective or do you want to try to collect stuff? Typically, you just, I guess, want to get the vibe of what your team's doing. If people are low on health or low on amulets or whatever, and if the demon's like not too effective on you, then it's probably a good idea just to scout as much as possible. But really, when it comes to collecting resources like that, that's what the map portion is for. You want to do that when everyone's collecting map pieces, and hope the demon doesn't find you. And in terms of the demon finding you, there's 2 ways as far as I know right now. There's driving the car. You drive the car, the demon will see like your icon on the map. And when you shoot your gun. Unless you're Pablo. If you're Pablo the Mexican, he's actually elusive to the demon. They can't really tell where he's at. So Pablo is actually kind of an exception to that whole rule. He can just go off on his own, and usually he won't be found by the demon. Now if he is, he's probably screwed, but...
The lost pages of the Necronomicon have been activated. Steel yourself for battle.
Alright, so we actually got good RNG here. For this one page where we have to like sit in the area, there happens to be a house nearby, so we can kind of loot this place passively while being right next to it. So now we're collecting the page and the dagger. We're in that portion of Survivor. And keep in mind, so that's a portal the demon just spawned, but keep in mind if 4 people are in it, it goes quicker. Then if it was like 1 person in it, then it would go like 1/4 the pace, you know. So try to stay within the circle, especially if the demon's just putting pressure on you guys. I think I dodged that. Not 100%. So think about how the demon has to approach us now. There's 4 of us. We're all together. We all are pretty well stocked up on everything we need, like health, ammo. We all have our powers together. And the demon basically, as of now, they can really spawn and try to hit us and just melee us. But you have 4 of us and we're all just watching each other like hawks. This is going to be tough for the demon to deal with.
Before me, so I may remove thy head.
How do you load this?
So when I was playing demon, a problem I kept running into was dealing with this, and all you can really do is just spam portals, and then everyone just turns their attention to the portal you just spammed, and all the demons you're popping out get just killed pretty quickly. You can see there I have a really sweet team, because Arthur does more damage with the sword than anything, and when they saw like a very rare sword, none of them picked it up, they just marked it for me to pick up. Very cool of them. You want to try to do that with other people too. Like, to my understanding, warriors need amulets because they can eat them a lot slower than other people. So I try to leave amulets for warriors. Health for somebody like Cheryl or Cynthia, whoever the healing girl is. She does good with health, especially since she has a passive ability where if she drinks a Shemps around you guys, everyone kind of gets a buff. Same with when she uses an amulet. Basically, the more you know about each character and what they work well with, you can actually kind of delegate what goes better with people. So I was pretty stoked that they let me have that sword. That was it's a sign they all have pretty good game sense.
I've discovered my new favorite beverage. If it stings, it stings.
He who brings light raises a bulwark against evil.
Again, we got good RNG here because we got a house right next to us. So you know, we can kind of grab some stuff if there's a little bit of downtime. And there's the boss. And I think she's still learning how to play Henrietta because she just did a body slam with one person next to her. Look at that. She spawned and she went down within like 5 seconds. Now, as demon, that's got to be very frustrating. Actually, it is very frustrating. I can speak from experience. When you're demon and you're trying to attack them and all your shit's just getting killed immediately like this, you feel like a cuck, you know? You're just sitting there and just watching them fuck up your team and there's nothing you can really do. So she just spawned 2 people, they're fucking dead. They didn't do any damage to us, all because we're just here and we're ready and we have very good map awareness. So, demon just spawned whatever they could. We have a little bit of time to run through here real quick and see if there's anything worth getting. There's not. Demon just set a trap, now they're spawned in. And the demon's dead. So, here's the problem with what the demon's done. They kind of waited too long and let us get too powerful. So the demon's trying right now. It's trying to screw us up, but I mean, it's not even touching us at this point. We're too well stocked, we're too well organized, and we're all just keeping together. Is it possible? You know, if it is, it's pretty rare in my experience so far. And keep in mind, I'm playing on solo queue. I'm not playing on with a team where we're all like talking like SEAL Team 6. We're all a bunch of randos together, and 9 times out of 10 we're not
Your
talking.
team now holds the Kandarian dagger.
And even then,
An ancient
the
weapon
demon
carved
still
from
struggles at
human
points
wood.
like this.
end with the lost pages in the Kandarian dagger.
So
You
now
must
we're at the
expel
last
the dark
portion
ones
of
from our
the
realm.
game, where we just basically attack the hooded things with our rings or whatever the hell. And look how close this one is too. So while we are a very effective team, there is a bit of RNG on our side as well, which is bad for the demon. Where I mean, we're just so close to everything. We're just on to the next objective, on to the next objective, on to the next objective. So the demon does have an opportunity at this part because sometimes people can get distracted at this, like pressing Y or whatever button you press against these things. And if they're not looking, like the Henrietta or the boss can spawn again and just fuck up one person. So when you're a survivor and you're attacking these things, it's important just to kind of keep an idea of your surroundings. Looking at the health bar really is good, but you know, just keep an eye around you. Just stay aware of what the demon's doing, because the demon doesn't control that thing. That's important to remember. The demon's all around you and trying to screw with you.
Protect the Necronomicon with your life. It's the only way to end this nightmare.
So now we're at the last part here, and the demon is at level 17, which isn't very high. There's Henrietta, and she just got put down like a rabid dog. So the way we're playing now, the demon's just so ineffective. It's kind of more of a competition between us to see who can get the most kills at this point. Like, there's no threat. You can look at the timer at the top. It's at 115, 114. But basically, we're just waiting out the book. Now, the demon can either try to kill us, and if it knocks you down at this point, instead of look how quickly that went down. Holy shit. It can either attack you guys, and if you go down, you just die. No revivals anymore. Or the demon can attack the book, but if the demon attacks the book and there's not a shit ton of demons around to kind of distract the people, then, I mean, it's just going to be an easy target. So we're just sitting around being gloating assholes, flicking our flashlights. I guess we're not too different from Dead by Daylight in this regard. So I think that gurgling we're hearing, that's what the demon sounds like when it's nearby. It could be the book too, I'm still not 100% on that, but I'm sure there's some kind of telltale. But yeah, the demon just spawns some portals. It's probably not a really good demon, but I wanted to showcase to you, A, tips for Survivor here, and B, kind of what not to do as demon. And the demon's just not really putting any pressure on us, just throwing stuff at us, which we're just annihilating. And that's game right there. We just won. None of us are even, like, remotely hurt. And sad for me, I got last place there, but
I will end this recording, hopefully, knowing that if you're hearing
yeah,
my
basically
voice,
stick together,
you have
collect as
triumphed
much shit
over
as
the
possible,
Kandarian
as fast as
demon
possible during the map
and saved
collecting
our
portion,
world.
and then stick together and watch each other, because divided you fall, together you are strong. So that is pretty much it for Survivor, and I will be moving on to Demon.
I come to you in the form of Linda.
Alright,
the
now we
Savior's
are going to do
lost
some
love.
Demon
Join
gameplay.
us, and we will crush the mortal's last stand.
And as I started out there, I saw a chest. It's always good to trap those, because if you look at the bottom right there, you see the diamond with the
It's the
how much you progress your
priest's
thing,
humans
and
searching
basically
for
those
that.
are easy pickings,
End their
and they're a
suffering.
quick way to basically up your level there. Now, I could spend a lot of time trapping things, which is what I did when I first started playing Demon, just setting traps everywhere, but I actually come to realize after playing a lot of games as Survivor that Demon is actually most effective when they're harassing the survivors. not setting a bunch of traps, because the traps don't do that much. They take like a little chunk of damage, like a very insignificant amount of damage. And it gets their fear levels a little bit up, which, I mean, matchsticks are pretty common, so survivors will be able to manage that pretty well if you're not in the area and rich on the demon stuff to take advantage of that. As you can see, the team is important to know who you're playing against, and this one actually happens to be all 4 Ashes. If you don't know them, the first Evil Dead Ash, he with his heavy attack, he can actually kind of heal the team, so he's like a passive healing buff to his team, which can be pretty strong. I actually like playing as him, but I've been meaning to play more of him. I'll get around to it. Then you have Evil Dead 2 Ash, who I think is the best. Well, I haven't played Warrior Ash, aka Army of Darkness Ash. He looks really good too, but I like Evil Dead 2 Ash a lot because he's really good at screwing up the demon. He has an ability where he can just kick the demon out of you, pretty much. So if I possess one of his buddies, he can just knock it out, you know? He can also see chests very well, which means they can level up pretty quickly if they kind of follow his lead. Then we have Army of Darkness Ash. I think he gives a buff to everything. I don't know, I haven't really played him yet, but he seems to be very strong. I mean, he's a warrior class. They are known to take a beating. And then we have Old Evil Ash. So finally, about 2.5 minutes in, I found the survivors. And as you can see, they're all kind of hauling ass here. And if they know what's going on, they know I'm right there. And I think that demon thing, it went into a tree, so it bumped it right, and he just turned left at the right second. Unfucking lucky. So I caught up to them, but I don't really have anything yet, which I need to fix right now. Try this real quick. So I try to put a little bit of pressure on them. Do my range puke. Alright, so if they have half a brain, they know I'm on them already. Considering other asymmetrical horror games like Friday the 13th or Dead by Daylight, something that took me a lot of getting used to was when you're attacking the survivors and then having to go away from them. I don't know, it just felt wrong knowing what I know about like these kinds of games. Like, no, you want to be on them and throw the pressure on them, but unfortunately, when they're running from task to task, there's not much you can do. You got to collect those red orbs. So there I am. I got to basically go all around the map and scoop as much of these up as possible. And I swear, sometimes it feels like there's just no red orbs and you're like going around. So I spawned a demon, but it's just one. It's just chasing the guy. As you can see, it's a minor annoyance to him. But I know they're going here because I see the map thing here. So with the points that I do have, this is where I really want to get into traps because I know they'll be using it. And I want to take advantage of that as much as possible. And I think I was a little premature here. I'm still getting used to the whole demon dash thing. But I still got one of the ashes. So throw some of these guys in here, and then try to possess Ash.
Don't do it again.
I don't know why this guy let the heat off, but that was a mistake. Pistols are actually really good with attacking your own guys. Just because it keeps them stun locked. If no one else is around to attack you, you can just unload on them. So I'm low on points right now. When you're starting off with Demon and you're not really to the Page and Dagger yet, you really got to be economical with your Demon stuff. So basically with Demon, what happened with me was oh, there's Evil Dead Ashes too. That's his ability where he just knocked me out. And it leaves me with no points. It's frustrating, but it does have a long cooldown. So now if one of his buddies gets freaked out, I can get into them and not have to worry about him for about a minute, I think. Anyways, when I first started playing this, basically what would happen was I tried to play Demon and it just sucked. So now I played a bunch of Survivor again and again and again and again. And I played enough to see, like, okay, these demons work, these demons don't. So yeah, Trap's basically trying to stay ahead of them, because I know that at some point where they're going here. And just attacking them. So like Cheryl laying down her healing thing, that's Ash's healing thing right there. His teammates are smart to stick around him while he does melee attacks. Because that's how you passively buff health.
The lost pages of the Necronomicon have now been found.
Another thing to note with Demon is when one of your minions is about to die and you like possess it, it gains all its health back. So you can make them waste all their time attacking one, and then you just reset everything pretty much. So now that we're in this little circle zone, I can actually passively heal my stuff. So basically just trying to keep whatever pressure I can on them right now. I got cucked by a tree again right there. That's ridiculous. I don't know why I'm even collecting orbs. I can just chill in here. But there's nothing I can really do right now except maybe set traps if they're nearby. And just kind of wait for the cooldown to end. But before I was just like, okay, this is available, throw it. This is available, throw it. Now I'm kind of trying to throw everything at once at them. And seeing how that works. Oops, that little trap there. Ash is using his fear thing right there, so people's fear will go down a little bit. Alright, so now I just spammed a bunch of guys. I'm just going to jump in here and get into the melee. And you know, unless it's level like... Unless it's like a legendary chainsaw, honestly those chainsaws don't seem very good against Demon. It is kind of frustrating though, when your Demon's literally just stuck there reacting, and while they're just beating it. Yeah, that pistol is working out great. And then with Evil Dead 2 Ash, the one that can like knock you out of your possessed state, if you stay far away enough from him, like, I don't know, like 12 meters or more, or something around there, he's not able to knock you out. So with him especially, you don't want to really like possess if you're right next to him. Because if he's vigilant, he'll just knock you right out. As you can see, I'm still learning this game because right now I just spawned as Warlord. I'm ready to fuck him up. And boom, she's gone, and I gotta wait for that huge cooldown now, 3 minutes. Alright, so something else I kind of picked up on is right after you get kicked out of an area, pull up the map immediately and look where they are and just get right back on them. Because they're in a weakened state, like they just kind of took a beating. Well, these guys aren't, they're all at full health, but you know, you expect them to grab resources. I could have gone for that chest there, but I just really want to keep the pressure on these guys. Because look how they were just wasting no time. That was a good Demon Dash thing. First one so far. So now I'm using the Warlord's passive ability. You press the B button or whatever, and it just kind of buffs everyone in the area. It's kind of like the flute. But it's not as powerful because it doesn't last nearly as long as like a well-placed flutist. Trying to get more boss, but doesn't seem to be really working too well. So yeah, just name of the game right now is just staying ahead of them. Try to trap something, but holy shit, that one thing just took some stuff out. costs a lot of points, I mean. Attacking them. And they just knocked me out. Trap up, it worked. I can't even set that trap. This is kind of a weird area to navigate as Demon, since it feels like you're like navigating around on like a, I don't know, hoverboard or something. So I see an opportunity here. I see Old Ash all by his lonesome. So I'm gonna try to spawn something and just start harassing him. And this is where splitting up can really become a bad thing for the survivors. He's stuck in... Alright, so right there he was stuck in animation, so I'm not able to do shit. So I start doing my pukes, it takes a while. Yeah, that was his power, a little explosion, that thing sucked. So did some damage there, he's getting low. Yeah, he's doing the right thing there by running. So this is what I was talking about with windows. There's nothing I can fucking do there. Once he goes over a window, Demon just stares at it. I kind of hope they patch that, because that seems a little bit OP, and I don't want to play, like, looping Dead by Daylight style. That shit was hell, so... hopefully they'll change it. We'll see. But, so they're in this house now, just basically, you know, keep the pressure going. It's funny, one thing I've noticed about Evil Dead 2, or Evil Dead 1 Ash, the guy I just possessed right now, his ability is lowering fear, but I mean... Nice. His ability is lowering fear, but he seems to get scared a lot, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, these indoor, I gotta give props to that Old Ash. He actually handled that really well. But when they get stuck in little houses like this, that's when it can get really claustrophobic, where it's you and them just beating on them. There's not much they can do about it. So I'm trying to set up here, but turns out they're actually going the other way. If you look on the map there. And yet again, Old Ash is running ahead. I should have kept an eye out for that in retrospect.
You have allowed the mortals to locate the Kandarian dagger. End them before they take it!
Alright, now I'm going to try to use Warlord and just fuck him up as much as possible before his buddies get here, which they're pretty close now. So yeah, Granny's little kisses there did a pretty good job. So, try to keep the pressure on one of them. Fortunately, her little cooldown is quite a bit. He just sucked down another cola, so I'll try to ease the pain somewhere else. And that fart gas she has actually seems pretty useful for just getting out of situations when they're all surrounding you. That was a poor pound on my end. Just trying to smack him around as much as possible. Alright, throw up more portals. And I'm using my ability right now that buffs him. So while I'm using that, I'm going to possess somebody and just keep going. You see Ash too, his little thing missed there, so he wasn't able to get me there. Lucky me. Try to possess this Ash here. Didn't get anyone there, that was poor on my part. This is the right Ash to have possessed, though. If you're ever in the situation where you're dealing with Ashes, you want to possess Evil Dead 2 Ash, because then, you know, who's gonna really, like, kick you out of it, you know? These fucking dodges, though. Oh my god, they're annoying sometimes. Powerful, but annoying. Come on, get up, you lazy bastard.
The humans have taken the dagger. I repeat, the humans have taken the dagger. Finish them.
And look at that. I'm on the opposite side of the whole fucking map. There seems to be an RNG element in terms of that.
Lost pages and Kandarian dagger. Rally to the
Like
Dark Ones for
that
our
last,
final
the last one I
stand.
was kicked out of it. I was right next to them already, so I was able to kind of like float back onto them and keep throwing shit at them. Right now, I'm just hauling as much ass as I can over to the 3 ones, but not completely because I know that they're to the, no, they're a little bit west of it. So as I get closer and closer to it, I'm kind of trying to sweep west here just to catch them off guard. So I got all my shit ready to go, but I don't want to use it just yet. And I don't know, at this point I'm just throwing shit in there. Here they are. If you get any idea that maybe the demon's nearby, it's usually not a great idea to run in a straight line just for that reason. Yeah, this fucking gun sucks. So if they have really pimped out weapons, which they should by this time, which I mean like legendary, like purple, gold, whatever. If they have those weapons and you're able to possess them with their weapons, you can do more serious damage. All right, so he's in a tool shed right now. I'm gonna try to capitalize on this right now. So he's in a corner and just hit, and he just slipped by me. Great. And they all just kind of healed. So this is kind of unfortunate. Looks like they're able to do their little laser thing and kind of hide away up there. So I have a shit ton of these guys spawned right now. I'm just gonna go in there and start smacking. Because this is another part of the mission. Your infernal energy heals or replenishes itself naturally. So at this point, really, I'm just trying to possess shit and go as hard as I can on them. Now I have my Henrietta tank, but I don't want to use her just yet. I want to kind of get an idea of where they are, kind of attack them and try to disorient them a bit, just by attacking, lowering their health, making them a little bit more prone to panic. And now it's time for Sexy Grandma. So the time to really want to use a boss is when there's a lot of people around, because if they have no enemies and you spawn in as a boss, they're all just gonna aim towards you, and then you go down pretty quickly. So you want to try to distract them with all your minions as much as possible, like there, because it was just me and Evil Dead 1 Ash for quite a minute there. Yeah, they're kind of fucking up my people there. But if you look at their health, they're all starting to get lower. I think they ran low on supplies. All those times they were fucking me up earlier, I was depleting their resources. He's down. Evil at 1 dash is almost down, but I want to stop this. Boom. So as you can see there again, I used her ass blasting to just get out of that situation. And hopefully let my minions do some helping out. That's 3 of them down. Come on, there we go. So again, keep the pressure on. I don't want them to live, I want them to die. I am close right now. Puke on them, try to get some range in. So okay, now they're both dead. This is going to be a big pain in the ass for them. I've seen this used a lot too when they're trying to like do something with the bodies, then just jump scare them. Shoot him as much as possible. Yeah, so God, the pistol is so much better than the whatever the blunderbuss or whatever the fuck Evil did to Ash had, because I can't do shit with that as a demon. Speaking of can't do shit, I got no blood points right now, or the red orbs. I don't have any of the red orbs, so I learned right here the hard way too. If they're not interacting with the demons, then you're not going to get passive that way. So I noticed a lot of mistakes demons make here is he's scared out of his mind. I could possess him, but then I just end up running away, and it just wastes the demonic fluid or whatever the fuck. So I actually just want to spawn as one of these guys and just keep bitch smacking him, keep him on the run. As you can see, I'm just chasing him down now. Everyone else is dead. It is looking bad for them. God, old Ash is such a weak fucking move. This bitch slapped me with his boomstick, but that is game. So a lot of the gameplay is really kind of intuitive. Just keep playing, especially as Survivor. You get an idea of what works for demons, what doesn't, and keep pressure on them early. But anyways, yeah, that was some gameplay with the Warlord and fucking up all 4 Ashes. Hope this helped you out somewhat, and take care.